I got comics. I got comics. I got comics. Hey, 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 hey. I got comics. I got comics. I got comics. Hey, 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 hey. What's going on, booktube? Comic book lovers, graphic novels aficionados, whether it's DC, whether it's Marvel, Dark Horse, Image, it doesn't matter. My name is Cedric, but you can call me Ceddy Said, and welcome to Reviews from the Six. If you don't know, let me tell you a little something. I did my first comic book haul. Now, these things aren't hard at all because comics are fairly cheap. And today, well, actually not today, but I went about a week ago and I just got time to record it today. But what I wanted to do today was to show you guys the comics that I picked up, and this is from Drawn to Comics, which is located in Glendale, Arizona here. Also, there are a couple issues that are not one-offs, but I did get them from Bookman's, so that's in here as well, but I'll let you know where I got what from. But a majority, all of these are pretty much from Drawn to Comics, and I did have to break them up a little bit. So as you see, I got comics in this hand, comics in this hand. So of course, you know, you have your DC, you know, my DC lovers, I got y'all. And then of course I have Marvel. I got my Marvel folks too, you know what I'm saying? And then I had to divide them up too because there were a couple comics that weren't from that universe, and here we are right here. I'll go ahead and tell you guys soon what they are once we get deeper into the video, but check that out. So the special they had was about 20 comics for 10 bucks, I believe. So I had to get on that, and especially me just collecting graphic novels. I said, you know what, this is an opportunity. I can pick up a couple of these issues, see what I like, see what doesn't vibe with me, and then I can go ahead and continue my journey that way. And there are a couple issues here where I said, you know what, I'm gonna have to pick up that graphic novel, or that omnibus. There you go, omnibus. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. I don't want to start with DC or Marvel because I feel like that is too simple. So let's start with some comics that a lot of people may or may not know of. And first and foremost, I want to say shout out to nostalgia when it comes to Dick Tracy. So, of course, when it comes to this issue, I haven't read it. I'll be honest with you guys, I've never read a Dick Tracy comic book before. Now, I grew up with Dick Tracy, watched the movies, watched the animated series, the cartoon, I guess you can say. And that's really about it. I mean, there was a series that was out too, and I really enjoyed that. But yeah, I never really sat down and read a comic. Now, there were times where like you would buy a stick of bubble gum and they would have Dick Tracy on there, and you can it looked like a comic strip. So I guess that's as far as I got. But yeah, man, when I saw Dick Tracy in the bin, I said, you know what, I gotta have that. And yeah, I picked it up, and as you can see on the cover here, you have a couple of the bad guys from the movie, so I recognize those. And just a quick little, I don't even know if I should do a flip through because there's so many comics I'm going through right now. So yeah, so I picked it up. I said, you know what, let me check this out, see what it's all about, and rock from there. When you do open it up, you do see a couple scenes from the movie, like right there. So I was like, okay, cool. So yeah, so Dick Tracy, and Dick Tracy is from IDW. Next we have, and I picked this up because of the cover. I looked at it and I said, yo, that's kind of creepy and it's kind of cool at the same time, and then the title kind of intrigued me too. So this was one of the first comics I read out of all these, and it is done by Image Comics, and that is Cutter. Yeah, so pretty much the reason why I grabbed it is, as you see the art here, it shows like it's shattered glass, and then the title Cutter. So I was like, yo, this is probably something deep. Let me see what it's all about. Like I said, it is the first comic I read, and it kind of reminds me of The Walking Dead in a way, like the art. Kind of like The Walking Dead if you're a Walking Dead fan. It looks familiar to you. But this is issue number 4 from Cutter, and this is one of those like I probably won't dive in deeper like I said, it was just too much like The Walking Dead in a way. And then I got to a part where it seems like it gave me the story already, and I really don't want to look deeper into it. Like, I don't want to check out what's before, what's after, but I don't know. Maybe my opinion would change. But yeah, just pretty much about a girl. Her mother dies, and the mother takes over her body, or is a spirit within her too, and they can't determine who's doing the killing. And yeah, I don't want to do any spoilers, but to me, it felt like they spoiled the comic, to be honest with you guys. Next, we have Green Hornet. Now, I think it's obvious why I got Green Hornet. Is because when I was young, my dad had a Green Hornet movie and a Green Hornet series, which had Bruce Lee in it. And then I want to say Seth Rogen, maybe? I don't know who did it, but they released the Green Hornet movie later on, which I haven't seen. Maybe I should go and see that. So when I saw Green Hornet, I said, you know what? Let me check it out. And plus, I'm on a Green Lantern binge right now. So yeah, that's why I got the comic. Now, hopefully, it is what I think it is. You know, a whole bunch of martial arts and stuff like that. That's what it looks like. The art looks pretty good. Yeah. So hopefully it's as good as I think. But there we go. That's Green Hornet. Next, I really enjoyed this one, y'all. Like, really enjoyed it. And I am going to pick up the entire graphic novel now. And I believe I saw it on Amazon, graphic novel 1 through 4. But that's going to be no other than Copperhead. Now, Copperhead is Image Comics, I believe, as well. Yep, Image as well. And it's just good. Like, it reminds me of like a sci-fi mystery cop type comic book. Like, it was just dope. Pretty much, long story short, there's some murders going on. They investigate the murders. They find out it's something bigger and deeper than what they thought. And it was something bigger and deeper than what I thought. Like, when you see the cover of it, you're like, okay, he's hunting something. Like, I just thought it was like a hunter type book, but it's a lot deeper than that. And like I said, it's warranted enough for me to pick that up. And that's, of course, issue number 2 from them. So now, I don't know, y'all. Y'all want to start with Marvel, or y'all want to start with DC? Since I grabbed Marvel already, or since I grabbed DC, I figured I'd start with DC. And with DC, it's straightforward. Right now, I'm on a Martian Manhunter and a Green Lantern binge. Like, I just love those arcs. I love those characters. So I said, you know what? I need to learn more about these characters instead of Wikipedia and YouTube. And that's exactly what I did. So as you guys can see, I picked up quite a bit of the Legion of Doom at that. When I saw the Legion of Doom, I said I had to get it. So first things first, let's start with the Legion of Doom. So I picked up Legion of Doom's issues. Looks like issues 17, 8, 12, 18, and 35. So the first one I have here is, oh, actually, you know what? My bad. This one is a Martian Manhunter, so this is gonna go over here for later. But so yeah, Justice League 8, or at least Legion of Doom 8. The Batman Who Laughs joins the Legion of Doom. So, of course, I don't know much about the Legion of Doom. Of course, I know about the tag team Legion of Doom, if you know what I mean. So I said, okay, let me pick that up and see what it's all about. And I see that they're villains. And, of course, you know, they have the Batman Who Laughs on here. And I said, you know what? I've never read that arc yet. I've never read that series. So let me pick that up and, you know, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And, of course, you got Black Manta on here. So I said, okay, that is a must. That is a must. Issue 12 is Drowned Earth, I believe, part 3. The Legion of Doom dives in. And you had me at Sinestro and Joker. You had me there. And I mean, Lex Luthor. But the cover itself had me. I said, you know what? I got to pick that up, see what it's all about. A little bit of the art. Boom. Boom. So yeah, I was like, yo, like I said, I'm on a Green Lantern kick. So I was like, yo, Sinestro up in there? Okay, cool, let's get it. Oh, and then that was the other thing too. Like, do y'all see Batman laid out at the bottom? Look at that. I was like, yeah, that is a must. I gotta pick that up and read it. Next, we have the Legion of Doom, issue number 18. And this looks like Brainiac's Revenge. So, these covers are pretty dope. I really, really like it. However, it isn't the cover that got me on this one. It's actually the back that actually made me pick this up. Look at the back. It's like King Kong and Jane, I think it is. So I said, boom, let me get it. Let me get it. Go, boom, there we are. Got it. The next one is Year of the Villain, the Legion of Doom, issue number 35. And of course, the cover got me on this. Like, I don't know if you guys can see, but it's like I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. So I was like, let me get it, see what's up. And then on the back, they have the Joker is dead, the Batman is damned. Had me there. And then, of course, on the cover, you have Sinestro, you know? Now, I'm not too sure where this baby is. I've been seeing it on a couple issues, but I can't wait to figure that out. And then, after that, that's when we get into our Martian Manhunters. So there are only a couple Martian Manhunters I've seen on the cover, so hopefully they're about Martian Manhunter. But poop, check it out. This one is The Good, the Bad Dragons with Lex Luthor. Enough said. You know, I got it for that reason, because guess what? Has Martian Manhunter, and I need to know what's going on there. The next one I have is the Death Metal Justice League, which has the Mindhunter knows it all. So I'm guessing Batman and Martian Manhunter join or have a split personality. I'm not too sure. But boom, here we go. And it looks fairly new because they have some movies on the back. Then we have Justice League 16. Who are the Children of Mars? Also Martian Manhunter and Lex Luthor. I need to find out what this connection is here. And that's issue 16. Now that intrigued me more. Now, these kind of run together, the reason why I got them. But we have Justice League 14, The Secret of Hawk World. And of course you got Martian Manhunter on there. All right. With the Hawks. So then that leads us into this bad boy right here. Justice League 15, Battle of the Hawks. So I said, I got the Hawks in there. Let me get this one. And since it has a Hawks in there, and it is Justice League. Now, these two aren't really, or this one right here really isn't a one-off. But I got it because, of course, I just finished the Sinestro Corps. And they had a Cyborg Superman in there. And I was like, oh, snap. I saw a Cyborg Superman and it looks like Doomsday on the cover. So I said, bro, why not? Why not? I can't wait to dive into this one. Like I said, with Cyborg Superman, I'm just learning about getting into. And then, of course, with Doomsday, we all know that he slays Batman. So I'm like, oh, that should be good. And then, of course, I have Justice League Wonder Woman Unleashed. I believe that's Justice League 43. And then, of course, I got it because I'm like, what kind of Superman is that? Piggybacking off a Cyborg Superman. I said, I want to know who that is, though. And then, of course, the back got me, too. Shazam. I was like, yeah, we getting into that. We getting into that. And then this one I actually got for free. I'm not too sure what it's all about, but however, I was on social media and I'm a part of a nerd group, I guess you can say. And in that group, they were like, you need to go read this. This is really, really good. And I was like, really? It was a free comic and it doesn't look, you know, awesome or anything. But yeah, I'm gonna dive into that one. I cannot wait. Then we have the Ravagers, which is the new 52. It looks like this is issue 2. Fairchild is the only hope against Shadow Walker. Now, what made me pick this up is the title, right? The Ravagers. So I read, I don't know if it was The Long Halloween or something Valentine, but there was a Batman comic I read, and the Ravager. Now, the Ravager are two different things, but I thought about the Ravager, and he served up Batman in the sewers. So when I saw this, I said, okay, since, you know, that correlates with that, and it's the new 52, which I know is the new stuff, I said, let me go ahead and get that. And I was kind of intrigued because it's like Brainiac in a way, you know, meets the Matrix, I guess you could say. So boom, had to pick that up. And then last but not least for DC is, what is that? Deathstroke Arkham, issue number 37. I just love the cover art, y'all. I love the cover art. So the reason why I picked this up was because I want to know more about Deathstroke. Of course, I want to know more about Arkham Asylum. However, I just finished Give Peace a Chance, which is a Suicide Squad graphic novel. And in there they have, I forgot what the character's name is. I want to say Owl or something like that. I can't remember his name, but they go in there to rescue him out of the asylum, and no one knows whose it is, but he doesn't talk, and all he says is who, like an owl. But he's tearing people up left and right, like just messing folks up, man. And I'm thinking that's Deathstroke. I could be completely wrong, but yeah, so that's why I picked that up. Now, no more fun and games. We get into the Marvel stuff, which is going to conclude our video after this. So now, when I say the one-offs, I do have a couple one-offs in here that I got from Bookman's, and I'll show you guys that. However, this was given to me for free at Drawing the Comics, and it is Doctor Strange Change Your Reality. So at first, I thought it was going to be a comic book, but instead they just have characters in here. And I'll show you. I'm not too sure really what it's all about though, but I'm gonna have to sit down and read it. I think they're just telling you about comics that are up and coming, or comics they kind of, you know, trying to lead you into. But yeah, so that was free. Now this one I picked up. It's intriguing because I've never heard of this character or anything. I haven't heard anyone talk about it. So when I saw it, I said, you know what? Let me check this out. And it's called Death Head, or the Incomplete Death's Head, right? Issue number 3. So I read this one. It is kind of like goofy, like the main character, Death Head. He says yes after everything. He'd be like, yes, here, yes, go, yes, no, yes, yes, yes. Like, it's just weird, man. And I was like, I don't know if I dug it, but the subplot is pretty good. I like this dude that, I believe his name is Scavenger, but the Scavenger, like, it's about these people, somehow they end up living underground. I forgot, like, if where they were living got destroyed, or if there was like an earthquake or something, or it was an underground prison, something of that nature, but everybody was living underground. And since they've been living underground for so long, they're scared to come to the surface. So this character named Scavenger goes to the surface and finds everything for him. But while he's on the surface, he kind of helps a couple good guys out, and they go to help him out eventually. So, I mean, I enjoyed it. Like I said, the subplot was good, that character Scavenger, but Death Head just didn't do it for me. And the Death Claws, it was like, nah. All right. So, of course, I picked this up not knowing exactly what it was, but it looked cool and it said Versus. So I picked it up. Come to find out that it's the Avengers versus X-Men Consequences, issue 4. I enjoyed this. I am going to pick up the graphic novel. I really, really dug it. Like, to me, at first I was like, oh, here we go. You know, Avengers versus X-Men, it's going to be a stalemate. But it's more so of the story where, you know, the Phoenix Force, or, you know, whatever it may be, the Phoenix starts taking control of people. She takes control of people and she sends them on a murder spree. And when she sends them on that murder spree, it goes crazy. Now they're all coming to, right? And they're trying to find a way to use the Force, I guess you can say. But it was just real good. I mean, there was a couple things in here that I read and it made me go down a rabbit hole into the House of M, which I'm going to cover in another video. So make sure y'all stay tuned. If you made it this far, stay tuned to that. But I really, really enjoyed it. It's about Hope Summer. And I'm starting to fall in love with, you know, with Cyclops and Jean's kid. Like, I really, really love him. Like, for real, for real. But yeah, now here are the one-offs, the 3 that I got from Bookman's. So first and foremost, let me pick off where I left off at, right? So like I was saying, I'm loving the kids. So I picked up a Son's Pain, which is the Uncanny XMen. Now, this really wasn't good nor bad, but it is forgettable. Like, I read this, and for some odd reason, the only thing I remember is a character named Cannonball. But yeah, long story short, I think he's the son of somebody trying to put the government out of business or something like that. Like I said, it's forgettable. I'm gonna have to go back and read it. But y'all stay tuned for the review, because in that review, I'm gonna break it all down. Now, the next one is Cable. Gotta get Cable. I love me Cable. Cable, Bishop, the Time Travelers, I love it. So when I saw this, I said I had to get it. And it does look like he's getting taken over by the nanovirus. So I said, boom, let me pick it up. And I got to see what it's all about, because now that I open it up and look at the art, I mean, it's all about the story, right? So we're going to get into that story and find out. Next is, like I said, Bishop. And this is X-Men. X-Men Deluxe to be exact. Bishop Goes Wild. So I also read this one, and it was a bit of a letdown. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I expected Bishop to go crazy. Now, of course, it's not Bishop with the dreads. Maybe that's why, you know, these locks here. But yeah, he didn't have them, and it was almost like they tried to do this whole black love thing, which I was digging. I was in for it. I said, yeah, I'm rocking with it. But in the end, it was just, you know, I felt like they were trying to make money off Bishop. You know, they're like, oh, let's put a story out. And it's like he doesn't trust people. He was taking control of, and it's all about trust and love now. And someone's trying to manipulate him, and he's like, I'll never let anyone get this close to me again, so forth, so forth. So, yeah, that's it, y'all. That's all 20 comics that I picked up from Drawn to Comics, and then the additional 3 that I picked up from Bookman's, and then the 2 free comics that I got. So, you know, looks like this video ran a little long. So if you made it this way, all the way this far, I just want to say thank you so much. I appreciate it. Man, this is a hobby of mine, and I can't wait to get into these single reviews. So make sure y'all stay tuned. Like I said, if you made it this far, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Your vibe attracts your tribe. Something brought you here today. Let's be family. Make sure you hit that like button, because YouTube's algorithm love when you hit that like button. It'll tell everybody to come watch my videos and to look at our community and our content. So let's go ahead and do that for your boy. Make sure you leave me a comment down below. What do you think about any of these comics here? Have you read them? Are you looking more into them? Do you have the graphic novel? Which ones do you pass on? Which ones haven't you read yet? Let me know all that stuff down in the comments below. Also, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. I would hate for you to miss the new reviews that I'm going to be releasing on these comics. Also, make sure you share this video to any and all social media platforms, and to anyone where you think this video would be useful or cool too. And with that being said, I just want to say thank you for watching me. My name is Cedric. This is Reviews from the 6. Peace, love, and blessings.